Hello, this is Manesh Patel from the EII Capital Group. Today is October 11, 2010, Monday. This is the Ichimoku weekly analysis for the currency/forex market. Okay, so let's begin with our normal procedures. This is our disclaimer. All charts are either in Thinkorswim, TradeStation, or freestockcharts.com, and the music is in Guitaro. Here are my contact details. You can follow us on Twitter at Ichimoku Trading. Okay, we got a lot to discover, so we're going to go for this fast because we've got 10 minutes available only on YouTube videos now. Now, we're going to look at the rating system. Remember, rating system is where 5 to 8 is bullish, -5 to -8 is bearish. We're giving you 2 time frames. You're kind of looking for the 2 time frames to be around 5 or 6 with more movement to get to 8 on the 2 time frames in order for you to trade that, whether you be an intraday trader, long-term position trader, or swing trader. Okay, if you look at EURUSD, there's conflict there. Pound USD is basically daily is starting to influence the weekly now since it's moving up. We'll go look at that one in a minute. Australian USD is very strong bullish. New Zealand USD is strong bullish. US CAD is very strong being bearish. That could be an opportunity right there. We'll definitely look at that one. US Switzy is very strong bearish. The ones that have a -8, or +8 and +8, they're pretty much at the extremes. You start looking for a counter trend. It's too late to enter those if you're not in them already. US yen is bearish as it always have been. There's conflict on these. Let's go scroll down. And we scroll down here. Yeah, we're not really seeing anything here at all. US pound Switzy is bearish. Australian CAD is bullish. New Zealand is bullish, and so forth. Ideal scenarios is if you could sit there and get a 5 on a daily and like a 6 or 7 or a 4 or 5 on the weekly, where the dailies influence the weekly. That's the ideal trades for you. Okay, so let's go look. Let's go look at EURUSD as we normally first start off with. If you look at EURUSD, pretty much last week, before week, we basically said this was a level 40.12. That was a major resistance level. We expected it to get to that level, but now we're expecting it to pull back. After it's done this pullback is going to be the question, what's it going to do? Until it does its pullback, we really don't know, so we've got to wait and see what happens. Here's all the levels of support going down, which were pretty much the resistance levels that we mapped out when it went up. Okay, so we got to be patient and wait for this guy. If you're in any positions, I'll definitely take some profit right now. If not, take the position off. If you're not in there at all, do not go bullish on this at all. You got to wait and see what happens and see which way this thing's really going to go. If you look at the daily time frame, you could see that price yet to break the Tinkerton. Okay, so this is why I said take some positions off, but don't take off the whole thing. Honestly, if it breaks the Tinkerton or the Cajunson, then you could take the positions off. But I really wouldn't take the positions off until you break the Tinkerton, because look at this. This is being very strong. It's a 1,000 pip movement without even touching the Tinkerton. So no minor pullback has even occurred at all on this guy. However, it's been huge movement in a very short amount of time, so you're kind of expecting this thing to kind of start going the other way sooner or later. People are going to start taking some profit, it's just a matter of when. If you take the pound USD, we got to our resistance level last week. In fact, we poked our head out a little above it. Depends on the buffer if you got in or not, but you want to wait till it actually confirms and breaks out. Okay, this thing is just hovering around. You kind of want it to start moving up. The problem now is that when it broke this resistance level, it really didn't break it hard, so the Chicago is back in the cloud, which is now a danger of this being a double top and this thing reversing. Okay, so if you're in a pound USD, I probably would get out of the position now and just wait and hold. Wait for this thing to happen or to break this level here, or lessen your positions if you still feel strongly that this thing's going to go up. We thought that when it broke this, it was going to go strong, but it never even went strong. We were expecting Chicago to go into this open black space, which it never did. Also, the future cloud didn't flip over, so definitely I would say get out of this position if you can, if you're in it, because we're not sure which way this is going to go. Okay, here's the daily time frame. If you look at the daily time frame, It's had this little doji here, kind of that's where it basically broke the resistance level, and you could see that it broke it by only a couple of pips. If you look at the high, that was 60.17, and our level was at 59.96. So that's basically a 19 pip above the movement above that. A lot of times you're looking for about 20 or 30 pips above the resistance level. A good safe value is probably 40 pips above a resistance or support level, just in case those fake tops and so forth happen. Okay, let's go look at Australian USD. That was another strong one. Let's go look at that on a weekly time frame. You can see that this thing's still going very, very strong on a weekly time frame. Tinkinson has now gone flat. Cajunson has gone flat. So you're kind of expecting a minor pullback to start occurring, if not major. We gotta wait and see what happens, okay? But definitely don't go into this long. Daily, again, has not even penetrated Tinkinson. So a lot of these pairs pretty much are continuing on their trends from last week and the week before and so forth. You're kind of expecting some of these to start entering a counter trend mode. If you have not entered a lot of these pairs, you need to start thinking counter trend. If you're not a counter trend player, stay out of the markets until they start resuming after a pullback has occurred. New Zealand USD, same scenario. Definitely need to pull back, but it's at its resistance level now. You could see that its level right here is at 76.32, and the high here that it got to was 59.91. So you know it was about 40 pips short, but still has a possibility of touching that guy, giving you a head fake, and then coming back down. But we're not sure what it's going to do. One other one I want to look at is pound euro pound. Look at the weekly time frame, guys. This thing has gone past the Cajunson, and look at the Tinkinson. Tinkinson is yet to follow. Okay, that is not good at all. In fact, the Cajunson now is sitting there, have gone from bearish and about to hit price, is about to go neutral. Okay, so what we're expecting on this guy is a pullback and then to take off to go higher. Okay, so we got to wait and see what happens. But right now, if you look at this, not a pullback. You can't really sit there and play in pullbacks because this is yet to violate the Tinkinson at all on a daily time frame. In fact, a lot of these charts, we're going to sit there and put alerts right at the Tinkinson on the daily time frame. Once it crosses over that and closes below it, for opposite of the trend, we're going to start actually looking for some counter trend opportunities for a lot of these charts. Okay. So this is it for our weekly video for the currency market. If you have any questions, please post them on any of our resources available. Look forward to speaking to you guys next week.